everyone, this is Virago back on this cold and rainy Sunday evening. It's been 6 months since my last video. Sorry about that. My mental health was kind of in the crapper and I had to work on that. But I'm back with a book haul. So, I don't know how many of you actually know me outside of this because I don't really have any followers, but for anyone who's watching, I don't usually like to order from Amazon because they're not really great for the whole book industry. But sometimes you just gotta. So, I have a small book haul from Amazon. First book is John Wick, graphic novel. Enough said. Had to get it. Next book I got was Ash and Quill, which is by Rachel Kane, and I believe it is the third in the Great Library series. I have not started reading the series, but I do have the first two books, and as I've said in many other of my 3 previous videos, once I start a series, I have to collect them all, so I got it. Duh. And the next and last book that I got from Amazon was Winter and Summers by Michael Faudet, book of poetry. I have 3 of his other books, and I believe they've kind of made it a bit of a collection. So, of course, I got it. I've read the first 2 of the books in his collection. Absolutely loved them. I have the 3rd. Have not read it yet. So, of course, you know, I got the 4th because it's part of a collection. The next thing I did was yesterday, which was Saturday the 19th. My husband just came home from being gone for a month. And it's also my oldest daughter's birthday coming up. So we decided to kind of do like a little bit of a celebration early because he's going to be going back to work by the time her actual birthday gets here. So we went to breakfast and, you know, a few other places, and we stopped by an Ollie's, which for those of you who don't know, Ollie's is like a discount store. They've got a little bit of everything in there. So of course, any store that I go to that has a book section, I always go to the book section. So the first book that I got, which is something that I picked up and then put down, and then my daughter dared me to get it, was Alpha Goddess, which is by Amalie Howard. It is about the rebirth of the Indian goddess Lakshmi. It sounded interesting, but I'm like, oh, you know, I really shouldn't get it. I put it down, then I told my daughter, and she was like, oh, Mom, you coward, I dare you to get it. Meanwhile, this is the kid that's always telling me to stop buying books because I don't read the ones that I have, and I don't even have room for the books that I have. But I got it because it did sound interesting, and, you know, she kind of dared me to, so duh. Next book I got was Racing to the Finish by Dale Earnhardt Jr. because I am a ginormous Dale Earnhardt Jr. fan. I'm a NASCAR fan, although I have not really been watching since Dale Jr. retired because the races just really aren't the same without him. But I found this book and I had to get it because, you know, I enjoy stuff by him. So, the last part of my book haul has a teeny bit of a story to it. I found a coupon from Book Outlet, and I thought it was too late to use it, but I said, oh, let's try it anyway, just in case it might work. Maybe it's not too late. So I put the coupon code in, put books in my cart, and it turns out the coupon worked, and I'm like, oh, wow. Well, now I have to buy these books because, you know, the coupon code works, so that means I'm going to get a discount on top of the fact that some of the books I put in my cart were very limited numbers, and you know how Book Outlet works. They get tons of stuff, and sometimes they run out and then they get it back again. Sometimes they don't get stuff back. Sometimes there's a really long stretch in between them getting, you know, more of a book. So I'm like, I better get these books now. So the story is that the books, according to tracking, were supposed to be delivered last Saturday, the 12th of October. So October 12th comes right around 8 o'clock at night. I'm like, oh, crap. It's Saturday. My books are supposed to be here. Let me go check outside to make sure I didn't miss the delivery, because sometimes they deliver stuff and you just don't know, and then it's just sitting on your step. There's no box of books out there. So I'm like, oh, let me check my tracking. Maybe I was mistaken. Check my tracking. It says that my box could not be delivered because of animal interference, which made me go, what? The only animals that are stray in my neighborhood are a few cats. Few cats which we feed. We put little food out on our steps, so you know that's what I'm like, really, somebody was scared of a cat, and as soon as the cat had seen somebody coming, it would have run off. So I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. But I'm like, okay, whatever. It says that my package will be delivered on the next business day. So Monday comes and goes, and I'm like, where's my package? And then I realized, oh no, Monday's the holiday of which we do not speak because we do not believe in it, but there's no mail on that holiday, so I'm like, okay, don't freak out. It'll be here Tuesday. Tuesday comes, go to work, come home, mail's here, no package. So now I'm starting to get a little frustrated. Wednesday comes and goes, no package. Thursday comes and goes, no package. So now I'm really, really upset. I'm like, where are my books? Because I want my books, because we're book people. We get excited when we know we have a package coming. So Friday, I had the day off. So I decide to call the post office. And anybody who's ever had to call the post office because of a delivery issue, you know that there's inevitably a ridiculously long queue, and they have this thing where you can, instead of sitting on hold for 45 minutes to an hour, they take your number that you called from, or they let you opt out to give another number. They ask your name, and then they say they'll give you a call back as soon as your turn in the queue comes up. You won't lose your place in line. So I do that, and it says about 45 minutes. So, I watch some TV while I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. And it's way more than 45 minutes. It's about an hour before they finally call me back. So the person calls me back. I forgot to write down their name, which was my fault. I tell them that I think it's a little bit suspect that there was animal interference because nobody's dog is outside. Nobody lets their dog outside. Anytime any of my neighbors take their dogs out, and we don't all have dogs, but anytime any of my neighbors take any dog of any size outside, they have them on a leash and they're out there with them, or they take them out back, so it's not an issue. So I said, well, I don't see why the mail carrier would scan your package and then lie about it. And I'm like, yeah, it wouldn't be the first time a person who was supposed to deliver something to me lied about the delivery. I've had issues where FedEx people supposedly knocked on my door, nobody answered, and they didn't deliver. But meanwhile, I'm sitting right in the living room and have a dog that barks as soon as he hears anybody close to the door. But that's neither here nor there. I'm getting off track. So I said, okay, that's all well and fine. Okay, even if they're telling the truth and there was a dog on the loose, that's fine. But it says in the note that my box will be delivered on the next business day. The next business day came and went last week. Where's my box? So she says, okay, we'll get you set up for a redelivery for Saturday. And I said, okay, that's fine. First thing she does, she takes my phone number. She reads it back to me to make sure it's correct. I say, yes, that's the correct number. She starts getting my address. She gets my proper spelling of my name and all that stuff. We get disconnected in the middle of the call. She has my phone number sitting in front of her, and we're not finished with what we're doing. Do you think she called me back? No, she did not call me back. Waited a few minutes just to see. No. Now, any other place where I've been on the phone with somebody and we're trying to get something straightened out with an account or delivery or anything like that, they take your number, and if you get disconnected, they call you back. So this pissed me off even more because now, not only am I frustrated about the fact that I haven't got my package, but now this see you next Tuesday didn't call me back. And, whatever. I'm petty and mean like that. So now I have to call the post office back, and I have to start the process all over again, and I have to wait another hour for a callback. Well, this time, as soon as the person said their name, I wrote it down. They were very apologetic about the fact that the person I was speaking to previously did not call me back, and he says, yeah, I see your phone number right here. I see your address. I see that they started the process of getting your package redelivered. Did they give you any information? I said, no, we got no information. We got disconnected, and they didn't call me back. So he goes through and he finishes the process. He gives me all of the ticket numbers and, the claim numbers and all that stuff that I need just in case I have to call back again. And I say, look, I said, I'm not trying to be mean. I said, maybe they tried to deliver to the wrong house. I said, it wouldn't be the first time that a package of mine has either been delivered to 54, which is my house number, on the next block over, or 45 on my block. And I've had stuff from 45 delivered to my house. I mean, we've had it happen before. It's, one of those things that just kind of happens. So I said, maybe they were at the wrong house, and maybe that was where the dog was. I said, because there were no dogs loose in my neighborhood. I said, and that's fine. Even if there was a dog loose in my neighborhood, I'm talking like a mile a minute, but that's okay. Even if there really was a dog loose in a neighborhood, I can totally understand them not wanting to get out of the mail truck, because you never know what an animal's going to do if you don't know who they belong to, or, I get it. Why has it taken a week for me to get my box? And he of course was like, I absolutely have no idea, because I can see right here it says in the note that it'll be delivered on the next business day, which was Tuesday, not, whatever. So anyway, he gets it all straightened out. And he says, we're going to get your box out to you tomorrow. If you have any trouble, call back. Here's your claim number, your ID number, all this stuff. So my box comes on Saturday. The problem is, because my husband's home, my daughter's birthday, we're doing a family dinner, I don't have time to open the box and record a video. I was going to get all set up to record my first vlog in 6 months. And I was going to do the book haul and all that stuff. Don't have time to do it because we've got to go to dinner. So we go to dinner, have a great time, come home, too freaking tired. And now, meanwhile, it's only 9:30, but I am too freaking tired to do this video. So, okay, I don't do the video. So then this morning, I had to get up, went to breakfast with the hubby, run a few errands, pick up my kid's cake, and we do, birthday cake, even though her birthday's not until Tuesday. We do birthday cake tonight because this is the day that everybody in the family is home to be able to do it and, watch the movies and everything. So now, here I am doing my video. I've rambled and gotten off, subject, and now I'm going to do this, book box unboxing. That's what I'm trying to say. And look, I'm cutting the tape and everything. This box has just sat here unmolested for almost 2 days. It's amazing. It's been killing me also that it's been sitting in my room and I haven't been able to touch it because I wanted to do everything right here. All right, so let's get that out of the way. Let's get the paper out of the way. And let's get into this box. Woohoo. Okay. First, Mermaid by Christina Henry. I have collected a lot of her stuff. She does a lot of retellings from what I've seen, and this is just yet another retelling. I have the Alice retelling and the Red Queen, one from Hook. I have them right over here. And Girl in Red, which I guess is a Little Red Riding Hood retelling. So I saw this was available, and I said, okay, let's just add to the collection because I started Alice, and I haven't had time to really, really get into it, but the little bit that I've gotten into, I really, really am enjoying. So I think I'm going to like the rest of her work. I hope I'm going to like the rest of her work. The next book that I have in this box is called The Last Execution. It is by Jasper Wong Sung. It sounded interesting. I can't remember what it's about right offhand, but I do remember it sounding interesting when I read the description, so I grabbed it. The next book that I got, Daughter of the Siren Queen. I do have a copy of Daughter of the Pirate King, which I have not yet read, but, series-esque kind of thing. Saw it, had to get it. Next is, let's see, The Testament of Loki. Sounded interesting. It's about Loki. I mean, what more could you want? I don't know. Actually, I think a lot of these things are kind of sequels that I have in here. Or series, I should say. The next book that I got is The Gospel of Loki, which is part, I'm not sure which one is first or second, but these two are a series, and it's about Loki. So, of course, I got it, because who doesn't love Loki? Next is Ringer by Lauren Oliver. There's another book, and I believe this is part of series, the Replica book, and I believe that I saw that it was part of the series, and I do have the first book in the series, and it sounded interesting, and of course it's part of the series, so I got it, because I'm a freak like that. And the next, oh wow, I got a lot of stuff. Dreamfall, which sounded really, really interesting. What is it about? I can't remember what it's about. I just know that it sounded interesting when I read the description online. I'm sorry. This is what happens when I actually open the box and don't, plan out. And then the next, I do remember Never Awake by Amy Plum, which is part of a series with Dreamfall. I'm not sure which order they're in, but these two are a series. I don't know if it's just the two or if there's another part of the series, but these are the two that were available on Book Outlet, so that's what I got. And, I have one last book left. It is a graphic novel, Roman Reigns. For those of you who don't know me, I am a big wrestling fan, and even though the WWE is really crap right now, I love Roman Reigns. So, of course, I got it. It's just, it's Roman Reigns. So, that's what I got. So, that is my book haul. I'm sorry that it wasn't better. I'm still not good at this whole book vlog thing. Trying to get better. The more I do videos, the better I will get. And like I said, I just pulled the tape off that box and I couldn't remember what the hell was in it. And I can't remember any of the descriptions. I just know that I only ever buy books if it's part of a sequel, a part of a series that I have, or if it just sounds really, really interesting when I read the description. So that's what I have. What I have going on in October, because this is almost the end of the month, Dewey's 24-hour readathon. Bleh. Dewey's 24-hour readathon is coming up at the end of the month, next weekend. It's next weekend. I will be doing that. I have not nailed down a specific TBR, but usually in October I tend to go for, horror thriller type books because, Halloween, October, that's what I do. I have some ideas of what I want, and when I actually do get a actual TBR together, I will do a vlog about that, and I'm going to try to vlog the actual readathon this year. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying to get better at this. As uncomfortable as I am in front of the camera, I do have fun doing this. So, I'm going to keep at it. And anyone who tunes into this video after I've been gone for 6 freaking months, I greatly appreciate it. Anybody who's new, I appreciate you checking me out. And I will talk to you all very soon. Happy reading. Bye.